Welcome, friends. This is Emmy, and you're on the Zen with Emmy channel. I'm a CZT, and I love teaching, and I'm so glad and grateful that you're here so that we can continue this fun learning, and I can continue teaching you. So thank you for being here. This is Inktober, and I love all the challenges, but this is truly one of my favorites. Today, we're working to begin with, of course, in our creativity book, and we're working on Bunzo. Day 19 is a headquarters pattern. It is the most fun pattern that I think I've ever made, and there are a number of ways to make this pattern. So I'm going to show you a couple of ways to make the pattern, and then we'll decide what we want to put in our book. So the first one I'm going to do is kind of on a bit of a line. And you probably can't see that. Let me do it darker. There we go. Okay, so the first bunzo that I'm going to make is like a teardrop shape. And I'm going to aura the teardrop shape. And then I'm going to make a third teardrop shape. Well, what I'm going to do with each of these is I'm going to darken one. Actually, what I do, I should be more clear on that. I darken every other one. And then I like to put that little sparkle, and that's really what makes it zing. That is the fun of Bunzo, is the sparkle. So if I wanted to go on here to another level, I'd make a bigger teardrop, just aura. And then I'd have another layer, and I'm doing this on either side because it's a lot easier to control. And how about if I just turn this, and that makes it easier to control, so that I can have that beautiful little sparkle popping up at the same level on the way, radiating out. Now this does not have to be made slow. One of the most fun things that I like about Bunzo is making it fast. And I'll demonstrate that to you now that we kind of got the hang of it together. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to make one on an angle here, and the second one, and then a third one. And then I'll darken those just like I did before. Here's the third one, and then another, and then I'll do the same thing. I've got the light going that way this time. And I can radiate the light, however, it really can be true to itself, each of these levels of this fun pattern Bunzo. When headquarters came out with this, we all just enjoyed it so much. Let's do one the other direction. One little larger. And this time maybe I'll go right to the next one. Darken. Make sure I leave my hole in there right now before I forget. If I do that on either side, then I'm not likely to forget. Now this would be a very fun thing to do in a flower form. And on our scrapbooks, I don't want to take a ton of time with it, but I still would like you to see the possibilities. So if I came down here, 1, 2, and 3, and that's a different size, and that's no problem. Darken it up. Let's do another one. Now it seems a little closer to the right size, doesn't it? I like to see how I'm kind of going over this just a little tiny bit, making it a little thinner looking there. And let's do one in each of these spots. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and let's go right away to 4 this time. Darken. And the darkening, as you can see, is not straight. It's not meant to be straight. It's meant to be a little jagged. And then let's finish this other one here. 1, 2, 3, and right to 4. How fun is this? Don't you just love this pattern? Now, another way to do Bunzo, I'll do another example over here, is a far more rounded version. So I'm going to start with a half a moon, like that, and then aura my half a moon. And then I'm going to come along like this and make it really, really wide this time. And I'll still do the darkening, but the width is what's different on this particular version. Bunzo is a true meditative type pattern. So that you'll be able to really, really zone when you do this fun pattern. And I'll make another one wider, and one more. And then I'll have my sparkle there in the middle and get my work in front of me a little better so that I can make a better quality effort for you. Now, I've seen a few online that end with the white, which is really quite attractive too. And then I've seen a few people also do this on black paper, and that's really cool too. So I'm going to make another one over here. See how it's kind of narrow on the one side? And then let's be careful. Here and here is where I want my sparkle. So here and here is where I want my sparkle. Makes sense, I hope? Isn't it pretty? So on this next one, what I'm going to do is come off of here and use my orb coming around here, wider on one side, narrower on the other. And then take my Bunzo like this, off, 2, 3, and 4. Now, you know what? I could do as many of these as I wanted. In fact, they look so much like what I would do if I was doing clams or, you know, that kind of drawing, a shell. I think I'll thicken this up a little bit here. I'm not sure I exactly like the way that one turned out. And then I want a sparkle there. And so a sparkle there. And bring my sparkle down here. And finish it off. Oh, I could do these all day. And I bet you'd get very tired of me, wouldn't you? This is very fun, and I sure appreciate you being here and doing this with me. That's kind of the layout of Bunzo. So let's grab our books. Oh, I love this one. You know, if I could, I think if it's okay with you, I want to show you something here. I'm going to do a stick and a stick and a frown and a little bit of decoration just for fun. A stick and a stick and a little bit of decoration. This is actually the pattern Poke Leaf, which is also Headquarters. Definitely one of my mac and cheese patterns. It's just that little heart shape, and we've been doing that since we were in maybe 3rd grade, guessing here. It was at least 3rd grade for me when I ran into love for the first time. So I just think that gives it a little different finish. So anyway, now to the book. I hope you enjoyed that, and we don't have as much room as well, you know, in our book, but I might try to do something similar on an angle. And I'm going to start with that oblong shape, teardrop, 2 and 3 and 4. Go back and set it up for my sparkle. And then lay the sparkle on there. Lay the black is what I mean to say. The darkening and smoothing and straightening that this does. And you can see that this is not a perfect thing. I don't want it to be perfect there. I want it to have a lot of layering in it. This one does not have a ton of shading required. But we'll talk about shading in just a minute when we get there. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, let's do another. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And lay the sparkle where I want it. Smooth out any edges I wasn't real happy with, which happens, right? Keep your work in front of you. Maybe talking to me too. And then let's do this angle here. 1, 2, 3, 4. As I mentioned, you can go 5 and 6. Darken on either side so that I remember my sparkle. Well, I hope you all are enjoying Inktober. It's been a big learning curve for me. It's my first time. 3 and 4. I hope you'll go on and lay a couple more layers on here. It's just the most fun pattern of all, isn't it? I'll do one here because I can't help myself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. And I feel like I need to have one over in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of makes me want to put a stem on it, if you get my drift. I just think that it would be such a cute flower or bow on a present. So I sure can see all uses for knowing this kind of a pattern for sure. Let's get a tiny bit of shading on, and grab your pencil if you would. And what I'm going to do is put shading between these teardrop shapes. Mostly that's where I see that it needs it. You can put a little in the middle here too if you like. And when you've got that ready, let's do some pushing with your blender stump, excuse me. Had a momentary forget. And you see how I'm pushing it out so that it diffuses and goes right into the white paper or whatever you're using, cream paper. And then here too. Here's another one I want to sign. This is so pretty. I sure hope you like yours. Add your chop if you do, and I know you do. And please like my video. And if you would, share it with somebody so that I can reach more people and more people can be aware of what fun this project is and what fun Inktober is and what fun we're having on Zen with Emmy. Thank you so much for being here. I'll talk to you another time on day 20. Bye.